Good morning, boys and girls. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to do a little writing piece together today. But before we get started, I had a special guest that was here with me yesterday for our Math Fill Your Cup game who asked me so politely and said, Miss Lutz, can I please come back with you and do work today with the kids because they were so awesome and did such a good job and I really, really love seeing them. So, of course, I said yes. So, our special guest for today, watching us do our writing, is Clifford. Can everyone say hi to Clifford? Clifford's just going to hang out right here at the bottom. He's got his eyes on you, and he's going to watch us do our writing for today. So, to get started with our writing for today, you are going to need some sort of piece of paper. You will need a pencil, and you will need crayons, markers, or colored pencils, something like that. So, paper, pencil, crayons, marker, color pencils, okay? Why don't you go get that now, pause me, and then when you have that, come back, okay? So, we are going to complete this writing worksheet today. If you are unable to print it out from our schedule that I post at home, that's okay. I couldn't even print it out, so I made it myself. So you could kindly go ask mom or dad or an older brother or sister to make the worksheet for you. Or there's other things you can do. You can just use your blank piece of paper with me. You can draw our picture and you can write our sentence. It's totally up to you, okay? Whatever works easiest for you and your family, all right? But today, I drew my worksheet. I made my own worksheet up here so you could do the same. So let's do this worksheet together today, all right? So the very first thing that we do when we're at school, when we get a worksheet or a response sheet, we are going to write our name. Now, since we are so smart kindergartners, we're almost first graders, we have to write our first and our last name, okay? So why don't we do that? I'm going to write my name up here. You're going to write your name on your paper. All right, so our name's on our paper. We're ready to go. So let's get started, okay? So the very first thing we are going to do is our directions say, read, what's that word? Very good, sentence. Very good. So we're going to read our sentence. I have it written up here in black. Let me grab my pointer so we can read together. Remember, when we're reading, it is so important that we are pointing using our finger. I have my pointer here. You could use your pencil. We are going to point to each word as we read. The most fabulous thing about this sentence is it's all of our sight words. So you are going to be able to easily read this with me. So let's do it together, okay? So have your pointer finger ready. I say trains on track, meaning our trains are on track. We're pointing to the first word in the sentence. I know this is the first word because we always read left to right, and a capital letter starts our sentence, okay? So let's read together. We like to play. So that's our sentence for today. We like to play, okay? So in this big box right here is where we are going to draw a picture, okay? So think of anything, any game, anywhere you like to play, and I want you to take the time right now to draw a picture of you playing, okay? So you may use your crayons, your markers, you can use anything you'd like to draw this picture. Friends, when we're being illustrators, when we are drawing pictures, remember, I like you to include 5 details, okay? So details can mean if you're drawing a picture of you in a dress or a jacket, you can put stripes. That's a detail. All of the different colors you use is a detail. If you're playing outside, you could draw the sun. You could draw the grass. You can draw your baby brother playing with you, or you can draw your dog playing with you, okay? Make sure you have 5 details, And when you are ready, your picture has 5 details, it's colored pretty, it looks awesome, then you are going to join me back here and we're going to finish our worksheet. Okay, so I'm going to stop our video. You can pause me. Let's draw our pictures and then we will get back together and finish the rest of this activity. Okay. All right, so my picture is done. I drew a picture of me and Miss Callie playing soccer. And since our sentence, I forgot to mention this earlier, since our sentence says we like to play, your picture is going to want to be of yourself and someone else playing because it's saying we. So I'm saying me and Miss Callie, we like to play. If I was just writing a sentence saying I like to play, then I would only draw a picture of myself. Okay, so that's why I did me and Miss Callie. But anyway, so we're playing soccer. We like to play. And I'm going to just show you my details. And then after, I'd like you to show me all of your details you used in your picture. Remember, we need 5. If you have more than 5, that is absolutely fabulous. Okay, so at least 5. So one of my details I did some grass, the green grass at the bottom. So there's 1. I drew clouds in the sky. That's 2 details. I drew a pretty yellow sun. That's 3 details. I drew a soccer ball. 4 details. I drew the net and all of the netting. So that's 5. I drew our hair. We both have brown hair, so that's another thing, 6. I drew our eyes and our mouths, and even on our eyes I put some eyelashes. That's 7. I even drew little soccer cleats on the bottom. That's 8 details I use. So it is super easy to use details. So I want you now to point and show me all the details you use for your picture, and I'll listen. Wow. Wow. Those are some awesome details. That is exactly how illustrators draw their pictures. So very good job. All right, so we read our sentence. We drew a picture of our sentence. Now, at the bottom here, we are going to trace the sentence. So it's a little difficult for you to see on mine, but I have it written out in pencil for me to trace over the letters. So I'm going to grab my marker. Where did I put my marker? I guess I'll just use one of these. I'll switch it up. We're going to use purple. And I am going to trace my sentence. It is super important that when we are tracing, we are being super careful. So I want you to do it right now. But before you start tracing, I need you to show me how a good writer sits. Good writers don't sit slouched back in their seat, do they? Remember, we talked about sitting up nice and straight, paper flat in front of you. Mine's up here, so I can't really show you that. Remember how we hold our pencil? We pinch it with our fingers down closer to the tip of the pencil. Very good. Now you're ready to trace, so take your time and trace the sentence. We like to play. Exclamation point. All right, so now we have read our sentence. We like to play. We've drawn a picture, an illustration of our sentence, and we have traced our sentence. So the very last thing we need to do is we need to write the sentence on our own. So my friends, I don't know if you can see it very well at the bottom here, but I drew dotted lines to write my sentence on. It is very, very important that now when we're writing, we are practicing writing on lines. So if you're doing this on my notebook paper, great. That is wonderful. if you're doing it on just plain paper like I am, have a family member draw the lines for you, because it is very, very important as we go on to first grade next year that we're practicing writing on lines, okay? So my friends, a few things to go over before we write our sentence. We always start with what kind of letter? Uppercase or lowercase? Uppercase, very good. So we always start our sentence with an uppercase letter. So let's start with our first word in our sentence, we. So we need an uppercase W and a lowercase e. There it is. We have our uppercase letter, and then our next letter is lowercase. Remember, all of our lowercase letters, unless they're a super tall letter, stay below the middle line, like our letter E. So we have we, and our next word is like. Remember, when we're writing words, we want to make sure they're spaced out well. So I'm going to use 2 fingers because I'm writing on a big piece of paper, but you only need to use 1 finger for your space in between. So let me show you that. So I have we. I'm going to use my 2 fingers, and then I'm going to write my next word, which is like. We like. Like has a special lowercase letter that is a tall lowercase letter, our letter K. So that letter is going to be all the way up to our top line, but all the rest of my lowercase letters are down below my midline. Okay, so now we have we, like. What's our next word? To, to, very good. So now I'm going to use my fingers again. I'm going to make that space, and I'm going to write the word to. Our lowercase t is also a special tall lowercase letter, so we start at the top, and then we have our O, which is just our circle below the midline. Very good. So we have we, like, to, and what's our last word? Play. Very good. So spacing fingers again. We're going to put them there, and we are going to write our last word, play. Play also has a special lowercase letter. It goes down below our bottom line. So watch me. I'm going to start at my midline, and my line is going to go all the way down below my bottom line down here, okay? And then finish that with the belly. O, A. A and Y make the sound A. We like to play. There is one more thing I am missing in my sentence. What are we missing? Yes, our exclamation mark. So we have to add that. Our exclamation mark means we're excited. We like to play. We're so excited we like to play. We could also put a period, because a period means stop. Our sentence is stopping, okay? But in this case, we used our exclamation point. So now we're going to go back and let's read it together, okay? Ready? We like to play. And that's it for our writing. Clifford, how do you think we did today? Does it look good? That looks pretty good. He said it looks good. Now I want you to look at my friends. Show Clifford your work from today, your writing. He said that you did an awesome job, and I agree. You did such a wonderful job today. Your sentences, your reading, your writing, your pictures look fabulous. Send me a picture of your finished writing so I can see them then, okay? You have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.